So in today's riveting episode, we're gonna cover some triple B action, some basic B nigga bull. So I'm gonna be teaching you guys two false shuffles and cuts using this Daniel Madison very expensive fucking deck. The first is more or less a fancy false cut. I'm gonna teach you two different versions of that, and the second technique is going to be a false shuffle that's supposed to look like an overhand shuffle, but in reality it keeps the deck in the exact same order that it started. I know some of you guys might be a little bit disappointed because I'm not throwing the cards in the air and catching them in my dick like the Buck Twins might, but these are two good techniques that don't call too much attention to themselves. So for the first one, it's just a combination of a couple swing cuts and a swivel cut. First thing you're going to need to do is lift off a third of the deck in the right hand and insert it into the crotch of the left hand. Again, into the crotch of the left hand. That is the first step of this shuffle. The second step is you're going to swing cut another third, and as you put it into the crotch of the left hand again, you're going to retain a pinky break between both sections. After this, you are going to put both hands together and switch the packets that you just cut, also making sure to keep a pinky break. Let's go over this again in slow motion for the people from West Newbury. So you're going to swing cut, you're going to get to this position. Now you are going to switch these two packets and maintain a pinky break on the packet that you just switched. So when you put the right hand half on top of the left hand, the cut is almost halfway done. You just pretty much switch both packets for each other. I'll leave the top card face up to make this easier to follow. You're going to swing cut into the left hand. You're going to swing cut again, maintaining the break. Then you are going to switch the packet above the break and your right hand packet, then putting the packet right back where it started. Next, you're going to transfer it back to your right hand, where you're going to use your left thumb to swivel cut and complete the cut, which leaves the deck in the same order. The cut in speed should look just like a couple shuffles and cuts. It shouldn't look anything too fancy. However, if you want a version that's not as fancy, you're going to get to this same position. You're going to switch both packets just like before, but this time instead of doing a swivel cut, you're going to do a double undercut and bring the bottom packet right back on top. This is a less fancy version of the same shuffle and looks a little bit less like Buck Twins bullshit. The next technique is an overhand shuffle that looks like a regular shuffle, a little bit sloppy at times, but keeps the deck in the exact same order that it started. For this shuffle, you actually want to look as sloppy as possible, so make sure to look at some live Shin Lim performances for some inspiration. So for this shuffle, you want to hold the cards in overhand shuffle position. You're going to take some cards off with your left thumb into your left hand. Now, as you take off another section, what you're going to do is that you're going to deposit the cards in your left hand between the ring finger and fleshy, meaty part of your right hand. So the card should just hold like this, while you're going to use your left thumb to draw another little packet into its hand. So one more time, while you are in overhand position, you're just going to deposit the cards in the left hand, and they're going to be held with a massive break between the ring finger and thumb of the right hand. So you're going to take another half and you're going to repeat this action as you exhaust all the cards in your right hand. So you are just pretty much cycling through them, but they think you're doing an overhand shuffle. The ring finger of your right hand is going to be doing most, if not all, of the dirty work, because it's going to be holding the packet while using your left hand to draw other little packets. So a lot of people will ask if it's okay to have a break that you can stick your dick in. I don't care, because I'm doing the shuffle as sloppy as possible, and combined with the actual speed of the shuffle, it should cover up that break very nicely. When you are first learning this shuffle, it's important to break down the move slowly, and then you could build up to a faster shuffle that actually simulates an overhand shuffle. The best part about this mix is that it looks like it mixes everything up, but really keeps the deck in the exact same order. So if you combine this with the false cut from the beginning, you have a very nice sequence that you could get into at any time, and it looks like you are thoroughly mixing up the deck. With the cards face up, it should be a lot easier to follow. You're just pretty much cycling through the cards and making it seem like you're doing an overhand shuffle, but really they're rotating cyclically and putting the deck back into the same position as it was when it started. Once again, for this shuffle, it's important that you do not make it look as neat as possible. The sloppier, the better, because then it looks like an actual, genuine overhand shuffle. So there you go. Those are 2 false shuffles and cuts that don't look like fancy flippy shit. To answer some more questions that I've gotten on Twitter, thank you guys very much for putting those up. I want to suck all your dicks. Stephen Bernal asks, how long have you been fucking around with playing cards? P.S. Love the videos. Love you too, dog. So as far as playing cards, about 15 years, I would say. I've been playing around with them. So that's quite a chunk of time that I could have dedicated to, I don't know, having sex maybe, finding girls, getting laid. But instead I spent fucking around with playing cards. Favorite deck, and by the way, can you finger me? You know, just wondering, says Casper. Yes, if you're ever in the area. And as far as favorite deck, good old Bicycle. You can never go wrong with this. It's cheap, it's available, it's also not an illusionist deck, so that's always a good thing to have. And this deck cost me, what, $3? Compared to Madison Dealers, that cost me $10. So fuck that with a rusty hook in the ass. Next one by Jai007. Hey man, love your videos, posting performance videos of yours. Any tips on how to reach a group of people? So as far as reaching a group of people, first thing you want to avoid is having the shakes. That happens when you start off a lot. So just through practice and actually interacting with people, that will pass over. Raphael asks if I would rather fuck Daniel Madison or the Buck Twins. So that's kind of a hard question because you got 2 or you got 1 British guy. I'd actually fuck all 3 if I had the chance. You know, the Buck Twins, they know each other, so they could do some weird shit. And Daniel Madison, he probably has a small British dick. So that is a win-win for everyone. I might just incorporate the cards somewhere in there. So it'll be fun for everyone, actually. So there you go, guys. Keep posting questions on Twitter. I'm going to go staple my foreskin to a poster of Chris Angel.
Again, when I see you 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 again.